Mayor of Memphis, Paul Young.
Mayor Young, if we can just start with some clarity. I've talked to a lot of mayors across the country. I've talked to Mario Bowser of Washington, D.C. We've spoken with Mayor Johnson. I'm wondering, all the mayors say the same thing. They say, look, we want the federal resources from the federal government, and that the federal government has cut the budgets. Do you want the National Guard in your city?
No, we definitely want a partnership with the federal government on providing the resources that we need. We have seen significant reduction in crime over the last 2 years, and we want to keep that trend going. And we feel like those resources that can be invested in things like the prevention and intervention and the groups that we have out on the streets that are working with these individuals and changing the course of their lives. That's one way. And also investing with our law enforcement partners. That's the way to really change the course of crime in our communities. But we understand that a decision has been made that the federal government and the governor want to send the National Guard. And our goal is to make sure that we have an opportunity to work with them and align what their activities look like when they come into this community.
Mr. Mayor, help me understand, because I'm a little bit confused. How long has the Republican governor of the state of Tennessee been the governor?
I think Governor Lee has been in office for about 7 years. Next year will be his
7 years.
last year.
7 years.
Yeah.
7 years. And he's just noticing now that Memphis has a crime problem. So much so, under his watch, he did nothing about it. I'm really helping me understand how, before you get to federal resources, as a former state official, statewide official, lieutenant governor of my state, I know that if there was a particular area that had to deal with crime, and certainly there were parts of Maryland that did, the first call for help was not from the federal government. It was working with the city, working with the county, working with the municipalities to create solutions in our state. And if it was beyond our capacity, sir, then maybe we would call for federal help.
This is all posturing and pivoting in order to avoid accountability. So, for example, if you go over to Nashville, it's not the same as if you go over to Memphis. I've been to Nashville. It's not the same as if you go over to Memphis. Now, the mayor is trying to save face because he got to play both sides. On one end, he got to please the liberals who continue to vote him in. And then on the other hand, he really wants the federal government to come in and stop it. But you can't ask for resources without being held accountable. Cities have been blundering resources for too long. And that's what all of the playbook has been happening in every last one of these cities the entire time. They keep begging for taxpayer money. Hey, man, send us some more money. Chicago, give us $800 million. Los Angeles, give us hundreds of millions of dollars. Memphis, send us a bunch of money so we can keep the gravy train going. No, that is not how this plays out. First of all, you are responsible for stopping crime within your own city and your own community. Secondly, we already know what the play is. We know that they are monetizing crime in these communities. And the reason why they keep on talking about crime prevention and intervention and groups and all of this stuff, they are not stopping anybody from committing crime at all. First of all, numbers is obviously being juked. Secondly, they are sharing the same blueprint across every single blue city. You're never going to sell me on the idea that crime is down 20 and 30% in these cities, how they reclassify crime, and the fact that they are letting these people go, and combining it with the idea that people are not, they are down so many police officers in majority of these cities, and the staffing levels in the police officers are up in Republican cities, that you see an actual real, not reduction in crime, but there's less crime in the suburbs altogether because the cultural norms are different. But they are monetizing the crime by continuing to act like these community prevention groups are actually slowing the crime down, and it's not. They aren't at all. But it's a way for them to continue to fleece us taxpayers. I was about to say the federal government, but to fleece the taxpayers into sending more money and resources so that they can plug their budget deficits and their holes. No, listen, you can now, this reminds me of homeless people, right? Follow me here. This kind of reminds me of homeless people because it's like this, and we're going to come back to this in a minute because they're trying to press him to try to go against Trump. When you meet a homeless person on the street, they say, "Give me money, give me money." They had a sign up. Yeah, give me some money. Give me more money, 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 money. I'm getting myself together. I'm clean. I got it together. I'm going to continue to do what I'm supposed to do. And then you say, "No, but I can give you some food, or I can get you some hotel room, or I can get you some place to stay. I can help you do this, and I can help you do." Yeah, right. I don't want that. They don't want that. They want your money so that they can do what they want to do and continue to act like, man, listen, all of these liberal cities, they've been trying to reduce crime since I was born, and I'm 43 years old. They've been acting like they're reducing crime since I came out the womb. That means that crime should be done. Crime should be over by the amount of crime that they supposedly reducing.
But so I don't understand what's different. It wouldn't have anything to do with the fact that Memphis is a largely black municipality, would it?
Yeah. So
Leave it to MSNBC to go ahead and play the race card again, like we don't know that this is coming.
Is the largest majority black city in the nation is something that I wear as a badge of honor, and I think it's something that we should be proud of. I will say that Governor Lee, certainly he can speak for himself, but I will say that they have been partners with the city on a number of initiatives they've supported with Tennessee Highway Patrol, helping us on our interstates, and they provide significant funding in the form of violent crime intervention funds that help with some of those intervention and prevention strategies that I talked about. I'll have to let him.
Oh, they don't like that. They don't like that. Listen to what I'm saying. He tried to go after the governor, and now he's telling him, no, they have been working with us. They have been partnering with us. They have been working with us. They have been partnering with us. And then I'm going to tell you another thing, too. He lied. Not intentionally. I don't believe that it was intentionally, but what people don't really know is that the largest majority black city by population is Detroit, Michigan. It's right here where I'm at. And I just pulled this up right here. It's a quick AI search. You can go ahead and look it up. The largest majority black city in the country is Detroit, Michigan. It has been for a long time. It forever will be, followed by Memphis and Baltimore. So I just want to correct y'all. I want to make sure that we getting our facts together while we sitting here having this conversation.
Speak to his position on the National Guard itself, but my goal as mayor of the city is to make sure that whatever decisions that are made that are outside the control of me as mayor, that we figure out how to turn it into a win for our community, and that's my goal in this situation.
I want you to take a listen to what...
Oh, did you see him roll his eyes like a little girl on the left? Watch this.
Into a win for our community, and that's my goal in this situation.
I want you to take a listen.
He's so defeated. He is so defeated.
Into what the mayor of Shelby County, Tennessee, had to say about this news.
To have individuals with military fatigue, semi-automatic weapons, and armored vehicles patrolling our streets is way too far. It's anti-democratic and it's anti-American. The way you can take away democratic liberties is to make sure that people don't have a way to protest. And the way you do that is to patrol the city with military personnel. The other way is you stifle the military in such a way that the military begins to comply even when the orders are unlawful.
Mayor Young, do you share those concerns?
Well, I think there are many in the community that are concerned, and they're scared. They want to know how things are going to look in our city if and when this takes place. And so my goal as mayor is to make sure that we continue the dialogues with the governor and with the federal government to make sure that we have a clear understanding of where they're going to be patrolling, what are they going to be wearing, what times will they be assigned for the work. Those are all dialogues that we're looking forward to having over the next week or two as we get deeper into this discussion.
Mayor, I guess I'm just wondering, what in Washington, D.C., where, you know, the chairman and I, we live in D.C. I'm in New York right now with Ms. Menendez here. But in Washington, D.C., the National Guard is picking up trash. They are literally, ANC commissioners have sent out emails asking for suggestions from the citizens of the district about what beautification projects the National Guard can participate in. So what exactly can the Guard do for you in Memphis, Tennessee? Like, you got a trash problem? I thought some of the things that you have been working on in terms of working with the violence and
Well, when they get the crime to practically zero, then we want to make sure that the homeless people are all taken care of, that we can beautify the city. Don't worry about it. We know what raging liberals are like. They continue to try to mobilize to try to make this a black and white game, a game against the federal government versus the cities instead of working together. And that's what you now see happening right here, and them trying to press him.
interrupters, talking to the gangs. Those kind of things are things that I'm familiar with that you have been engaged on, that have
Talking
worked
to the gangs. Talking to the gangs.
bring some of the, to try to get your arms around the issue of crime in your city. What is the National Guard going to do for you? And I'm asking in this way because I hear you saying it's your understanding they're coming, but what they gonna do when they get there?
Well, I mean, we're still working to figure that out, but I certainly have a list of things that I think they could help with. We do have issues with blight in our community, and if there's a way for them to help support our team on that front, we have a deficit of about 300 to 500 officers that we need. And while they won't be serving in a law enforcement capacity, there may be things that they can do on major events and help coordinate traffic and things like that when we have big crowds, as we get into football season with the University of Memphis or
They don't like any of his answers.
the Grizzlies game. So I think that as we have conversations, we can certainly find ways to use their support to back up the efforts of our Memphis Police Department and our Shelby County Sheriff's Department.
They are aggravated at what it is that he said. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T. Genley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm holler at you guys later. Peace.